telling you, the deer instructional that we did years ago is still all relevant and very good. But over the years, we've had people who send us messages and they talk about the bleat because a lot more people are using it. At first, people thought we were crazy.
It was called the Estrus Bleat back in those, when we did those first ones.
Grunts and bleats, people had never really heard them. I know me growing up, I never heard a deer make a sound because we were running them with dogs, had horses and riders.
Oh, I heard them. That's the only deer sound I knew. You heard that, it was bad.
When they smell you and they're blowing at you. But things changed when we started still hunting and we no longer were hunting with dogs. And it got great because the rut became a true event. And that's when the bleat is the most effective.
Well, the first time I ever was hunting with you at Willow Point North many years ago, you had already been in the Midwest some. I had never been really out of Mississippi deer hunting. And I remember it was 7 or 8 bucks chasing a doe, and they were grunting. And I heard her bleat one time. I said, "You hear that?" She said, "That deer just bleated." Now, not to get confused with the fawn bleat or the stress bleat, but the estrus bleat, as you call it.
Because more people use it, we've had some people send in some posts and so forth that they say that the bleat too long on a can is an alarm bleat, and that's not exactly right. The alarm bleat of a deer is not really an alarm. A fawn or another deer would go to bawling.
It's like it's something wrong.
This is it. And I don't know why other does run to that. During the early bow season, you can do that. And the does absolutely will run you over. I don't know if they're coming to rescue the deer that's being attacked by a coyote or a bobcat or a predator of some sort.
That maternal instinct.
I don't know what, we still don't know what the reasoning for it is, but they will come charging in. But sometimes if you take a can and you blow on it long enough, that is still an estrus bleat. This pitch of this fawn ball is it's higher pitched and it's urgent. It's just different. That's what could be interpreted as an alarm. Now, I know some people have had deer coming to them and they didn't realize when to call and not to call. If a deer's coming to you, shut up.
Yeah, because I think the biggest mistake, and people still make, and we still talk to people all the time, even today, even young hunters coming up trying to learn. If you can see that deer, you don't want to do that because it's going to key and boom, it's going to look right at you.
It's going to look right at you. You want to make the deer hunt you. Yeah. You've got to send it signals, communicate with it, but not where it can find you. So when you set up, it's very, very important. You set up at the edge of a fallen treetop or a big creek bank falling down behind you.
They got to walk over and look.
They got to look. They got to search where it's wide open and pretty and you're up in the tree and the deer's walking by out there at 50 yards, 100 yards and you bleed at it and it looks over there and it can see everything. Very rarely will it walk that way. But I'm telling you, there's a hunt with me and Johnny in St. Clair at the farm years ago. And that deer was coming through that small cutover. And when his head went behind that tree, I let him have some signals. And I'm telling you, here he comes.
Well, we've all experienced during the rut bleating. If you do have a deer coming and you can see it, at least let it be behind a tree. At least let it be behind something where it can't just snap its head up and peg where you're at. Just be conscious not to do it. If you can see their eyes, they can see where you are. Don't do it. No, any kind of deer call.
No doubt about it. But the bleat is about a 3-second, and this is timed perfectly. It's a weighted, bellows-driven air flowing. You put your finger on the hole, and that allows you to cover it up. When you walk around, it won't make any sound unless you're holes covered. So, and that's the sound of an estrus doe. Now we make big cans, and we make the regular can, the first one,
The original.
the original, and then this one is a little deeper,
A little longer and
a little
deeper.
longer, but it's still an estrus bleat.
I think one tip that's good, and we'll get into this when we start talking about grunt calls, but when you're hunting a rut and you see those deer moving, you see those bucks looking. I mean, they're just walking. They're just looking.
That's pre-rut mainly.
And they could be 100 yards away walking. If they're walking through leaves or the wind's blowing a little bit, they may not hear that at 100 yards. But if you'll take that,
Okay.
just stop them.
All right, stop them. But you got to blow it pretty loud. A lot of times they won't hear that, but they will hear a wheeze. A wheeze is a higher pitch and travels faster and further. So it's
right out the back of the food plot. He's looking. He's coming, Troy. He's coming right at us right there. Right behind that crooked hackberry tree. Got it. As far as the can goes, that's to get them to
So
that's a buck in the doe, a buck with a doe over there.
what you've done is you've got his attention. You say there's a buck over there with two bucks over there, and guess what? They're fighting over that, and that's when you do nothing but the can.
How many times have we hunted even anywhere in the United States, and that buck's looking for that sound? He's cruising, looking for a estrus doe, and when he hears these two combined together, like you said,
It has been very rewarding and encouraging to get the number of phone call, letters, post, feedback from people. Man, I didn't think that thing would work, and I was next to a cutover, and I did that can, and all of a sudden I looked up there, and there's a deer standing there. The deer was bedded down and stood up. I did it again, deer walked straight to me. Just stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
It makes their experience in the woods so good. We've enjoyed it. And look, don't be scared of a grunt and a can. Just be conscious of when you do it, if you can see that deer.
Yeah, don't be like my friend Paul Ellis. When that buck was looking his way, he decided to bleed again. Guess what?
One more time. Boom.
And he ran.
That's really the deer in the headlight look there.
Deer in the headlight look.